A lot of people view life insurance only as a death benefit to provide for the family, but you and I both know, and this is what people don't understand, how they get to use life insurance as a living benefit. Talk to us about how someone can do that.
Well, I mean, outside of the access to the cash, that's one thing. I share a story a lot. I never used to focus on the living benefits, like the accelerated benefits of the death benefit of whole life insurance, like I do now. Back on November 4th of 2020, my father-in-law was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. He twisted his ankle playing in a pickleball game and ended up in the ER. They did a scan on the ankle and they found out, no, you didn't actually twist your ankle. You actually have a blood clot. And then they scanned north and they found the blood clot went from his ankle to his groin. And upon scanning the groin, they found a 7.5 centimeter tumor on his pancreas that had spread already to his liver. And they basically said, if you know anything about pancreatic cancer, they basically said dead man walking, and they gave him 90 days to live. And like to the point where the oncologists were even like, we can't even treat you. We could whack you with the hardest dose of chemo and radiation, and there's nothing we could do for you. Maybe we'll get you to 5 or 6 months, but your quality of life will be so bad it's not worth it. And so I say this, and I share this story because my wife and I were just like that. We're not taking that as an answer. We're not going to go down without fighting. And so we looked at alternative treatments. Now, these are treatments that insurance doesn't pay for, that you need to have capital for. And by the grace of God, we were able to accelerate a death benefit. And 3 years later now, almost in November, it'll be 3 years. My father-in-law today is playing golf right now.
Amazing.
And he sees his grandkids 4 days a week. And he lives 4 miles down the road from me. And that's all because of living benefits, right? So if you're able to, like, if you think about, like, a lot of people think about the death benefit and they think about death insurance. No, it's called life insurance because it provides benefits for life. You have the access to the capital. I wrote a book called Cashflow Hacking, and the whole point of that is like leveraging whole life insurance to invest in real estate, cash flowing real estate. Rather than these buy and hold strategies, let's start focusing on building cash flow, utilizing whole life insurance as a foundational asset to do that. Okay, that's one part. If you become critically, chronically, or terminally ill, I don't know how it works in Canada, but in the US, you have the ability to accelerate your death benefit. If you lose 2 of 6 daily functions or become cognitively impaired, you can accelerate your death benefit to pay for long-term care, to pay for assistance, medical treatment, alternative treatments, whatever you want. You get diagnosed with the cancer, like my father-in-law, you can accelerate the death benefit. It was almost $250,000 out of pocket cash. Wow. That had to be paid. Now, that was all able to be paid with tax-free dollars. Because accelerated from the death benefit.
That's a really great story. It's a very touching story too. I mean, and just reinforces how much you really believe in this product. You're not just out there promoting it. Like, you have a personal story. I mean, you talk about cash flow hacking. I have a personal story too. I mean, I do this all the time. I just recently purchased a condo leveraging my cash flow, my cash value from my policy. I was in Vegas with my wife, and I was just fooling around on Realtor.ca on the MLS. I'm also a realtor too, because I have a listing for a client's condo for sale, and I was just curious as why I wasn't getting a lot of showing. So I wanted to see if there's any new listings, and I found in the same building, this guy put up a condo for sale. It was like $130,000 less than what my client was selling it for. Oh, wow. And I'm like, what's going on here? I look at this condo, and it's a piece of shit. Like, it is, it needs, and I'm like, I'm licking my chops. I love this because I used to be a home builder about 10 years ago. And that's all I bought were estate sales because they needed a lot of TLC. Nobody really wanted them. And from Vegas, I called the realtor and I said, hey, what's the deal on this? He says, it was an estate sale. My mother's uncle passed away, left it to her. There's no mortgage on it. She just wants the money. I said, how about if I make you an all cash offer and I'm going to close in 10 days? He said, send me the offer. So I sent him the offer. How was I able to do that? I don't keep $450,000 cash.
Right. Yep.
Right. But it was borrowed against the life insurance policy.
Yep. And then after, you have the flexibility, you can cash out, refi, you can do a lot of different things that you want to do. But access to capital is king, right? Like, and that's where Nelson Nash, in his book, I think my favorite quote that I got from him when he wrote the infinite banking concept, the Become Your Own Banker book, was the more money you have, the more opportunity has a way of tracking you down, right? Like, and so, like, it's and that's the thing. Like, we're launching a private equity fund, and we're doing this hotel down in the Dominican Republic and retreat center and doing all these things, and that only happened because we had access to capital, right? Like, you can't get loans to go build in the Dominican Republic or do stuff like that right now. So we had to secure it all with personal stuff. And had it not been for our whole life policies, that would have never been possible.
Well, why is there more millionaires created during a recession? Access to capital.
Yep.
They've got the access to it. They're sitting on cash, or they have access to cash to take advantage of Black Friday sales.
100%. Yes.
Right? On real estate,
Totally.
they have big sales. They have the access to it.